Well, we're now on that dirt road that Jack told us about, and he said we'd be in the boondocks. Gosh, that's an old house on the right. We must be getting close to what he told us. Well, let's come on down the road. He said to look for a driveway on the right, and we must be getting fairly close to it. Can you imagine a street sign out in the country, 868? Well, we must be at the right place. Welcome the class of 57. Jack and Mary's cabin. Let's see if we can find it. He said to follow the gravel driveway. So let's just see what it looks like. Here's an arrow pointing to the right, but all of a sudden the driveway, where is it? The driveway ran out. So how am I going to find the house? There's woods and trees everywhere. Oh, I see it now. Let's see if we can walk down the hill. Looks like it's a downhill slope with a rail on the side. This video was taken the day after the class reunion. The decorations have been taken down. I just didn't think about it in time to take the video while all of that was up. After we visited a while, we decided it was time to eat lunch, 1 o'clock. The back porch is set up with 2 serving tables where the food is put in. It's a screen back porch, has a picnic table on it. Here's Joe Johnson coming down the aisle. At this table, there's Ruby and her husband Don, Ruby Neal. Milton standing up in the background, Dorothy and Bill Timms. By the time I took some of these pictures, people had already begun to move about. At this table is Sam Russ, Barbara's husband, Gary and Carol Smith. At this table is Louise Newsom and her husband Larry and Milton. We had set up a couple of folding tables in the family room, and you notice the tablecloth is made out of bandana material that my wife Mary made just recently. Several of us ate in the kitchen, which is the only dining place normally in the house. We're seated at this 8-foot long table made out of heart pine flooring, like the flooring in the rest of the house. On our left is Louis Newsom and his wife Helen, Mrs. Holland, our 7th grade teacher back in Warrenton, myself and my wife Mary, Joe and Jane Johnson, and then on the end is Bobby Green. Standing in the mostly white shirt is Larry Newsom, and then just barely to the right is Sam Russ, Barbara's husband, and Barbara is there in the lower right hand corner of the picture. And here is Barbara. She's updating us on her and Sam and what's going on in their lives, and Ruby has her back slightly to us. And now she has turned, and Ruby has turned and is talking to someone else at this point. In this picture, this is Dorothy Parrish, and her husband Bill Timms. They live in Rennes. And Gary Smith seated on the left, Vakina Thigpen, Louis Newsom, and Milton. And on the right is Don Neal, Ruby's husband. And again, here is Vakina in the yellow blouse, and seated in the back, you can barely see her, is Helen Newsom, and there's Louis. And here's Gary Smith. He's bringing us up to date on what's happening with him and Carol now in their lives. And here's Bobby Green in the center, Sam Russ on the left, and Joe Roy Johnson in the background. By the way, Joe and I attend the same church, and he teaches our class about half the time, a Sunday school class. And here we are. Bobby is still telling us about what's going on in his life. I wanted to point out the nice bandana material tablecloths that my wife made, and the decorations and the flowers, and I really appreciate all of her help. Thank you very much, Mary. This is our group picture just of the classmates. On the front row is Barbara, Dorothy, Jessie Holland, our 7th grade teacher, and then myself, Larry, Milton, and Joe. On the back row is Ruby, Bobby, Louis, and Gary. And here is the whole group. There were 20 of us there that day. I want to thank everyone for coming, and for everyone who helped and brought some things, and we enjoyed this very much. Look forward to another reunion. We didn't plan exactly when, but hopefully it will be in less than 5 years, which would make it number 60. Thank you, and goodbye, folks. Until we meet again.